Hi. You may know me from one of over 40 commercials I've booked in the past 5 years, or I put you on tape during one of your commercial auditions. I'm Jameson Reeves, and I want to teach you how to audition better to book more commercials. For over 10 years, I've been directing commercial casting sessions for some of the biggest and best casting directors in Los Angeles. Mimi Webb Miller, Joe Blake, Kathy Carlton, Ross Lacey, All Roads Casting, Ava Shevis, A Face in the Crowds Casting. That's just to mention a few. Now, being in the room with the casting director, the agency producer, the client, and the director is where I learned firsthand what's really going on in the room after the actor leaves. And this is firsthand knowledge that I want to teach to you to help you start auditioning better and booking more commercials. I can tell you what's going on in the room after you've left the room. In my commercial acting workshop, I'll tell you in simple terms what I've learned, how I apply it, and what works. Now let me introduce you to a couple of buddies of mine, Eddie Rouse and Wolfgang Bodison.
I think it's one of the most informative, insightful, and tools that an actor can have. Jameson has the experience of both being in front of the camera, being a working actor, knowing the set, knowing how to interpret scripts for commercials, but more importantly, what he has is a unique insight because he also works within the realm of the casting process. In other words, when you go in the room, and you know how we go in there, we audition, and then we leave the room, Jameson is still there in the room. One of those things why he's probably working as much as he does, because he understands the process after the actor leaves the room. That's something that money can't buy, it's invaluable. Jameson is one of those people who has, excellent skills of communication with people, which is very important from a directorial standpoint of view or a teaching standpoint of view. He's an actor who understands and loves actors because he loves himself. He's an actor. I've audited some of his classes, and as an actor, I even walked away with some stuff, that I didn't realize because of Jameson's combining the behind the scenes with in front of the scenes. In other words, once you leave the room. And once you demysticize the process, it makes it a lot easier to be in front of these people. Because it's very daunting. And Jameson's good at interpreting, the moment.
Okay, well, what can you say about the class?
Jameson knows his stuff. You've seen him countless times doing commercials. And like Eddie just said, he works the camera, so he's also in the room. He knows what the directors want. He knows what the clients want, what the ad agencies want. He knows what the casting directors expect from the first initial reading through the callbacks. His class, it's on camera, so you'll be able to see yourself, from the opening slate to getting different, cues about how to do things. Eye lines, that kind of thing. Your headshots, your resumes. So it's the full package. When you come back for a callback, what's expected of you. He takes sort of a lot of times us actors, we get a sense that we're working in a vacuum because we don't get to see ourselves. We don't get feedback. Rarely do we get, Jameson will give you feedback in a class. So, it's nothing better than, doing something and then right there seeing your mistakes, seeing other people making mistakes. I mean, that's the most important thing. You see everybody else doing mistakes, you kind of learn from that process as well. So, take his class. He'll set you up, he'll lead you in the right direction, and you'll start working, start making a lot of money.
Thanks, guys. Look, anyone who's booked a commercial can teach a commercial acting workshop because you recognize them. They'll tell you what they did on their audition, they'll tell you what they did on their callback, but they can't tell you what goes on in the room after they leave. Let me tell you what happened. There really isn't much more for me to say, so go to the registration link and sign up. That is, if you're really serious about auditioning better and booking more commercials. Thanks. I'm Jameson Reeves, and if you see me out on an audition, come over and say hi. Be good.